everybody, I'm Andrea Yeomans, Director of Product Marketing here at Outreach. And today I'm going to show you how to set up the AI prospecting agent. So here we've named our agent Tech Stack Play. From here, you're going to identify those target accounts and those target personas that you want to go after. So think of this step as a step that you would give your reps when they're prospecting and building pipeline. So think about it from what target accounts do you want them to reach out to? Who do you want them to talk to within those accounts? And what do you want them to say? Similar to how we do it here at Outreach, you can do that process by setting the parameters for how your agent's going to run. So the first step here is to set up your target accounts. Think of these target accounts as maybe in an industry. Maybe they haven't been touched or contacted in a while. They could fit into an A, B, C, or D tiered type of account. So we're going to add these filters, which align perfectly with our account filters. So if you were to go to your account page in Outreach and you were to save a smart view there, you can use those same filters from the smart view here to kind of narrow down the target account list that you want your agent to go after. Once you've set all of those filters, you can also add additional signals to those parameters. These signals come from our third-party vendor and are passed into the platform and can be used to kind of help triangulate those target accounts. As you add filters into this, you'll also notice that on the right side of the screen, this list will dynamically update with every new filter that you put in there. So really what you want to think about is, what does that smart view on your account page look like and how does it compare to this list? And they should equal the same thing. The second thing is, and even when you're talking to your SDRs or your reps, even though we know what the target accounts are, who should we be talking to within those accounts, right? We don't want to just send emails to send emails, and we definitely want to make sure that the content that we're writing resonates with the person that receives it. If they get the right message at the right time, they're more likely to respond. So within the agent, you can set up a couple different things when it comes to personas. First, you can find net new prospects for existing accounts. That's this first checkbox here. If you check that checkbox, we'll send domain information over to our third party, and they'll go out and try to find those people that you may not have in your outreach system and bring them into the system. If you don't want to do that, you can easily uncheck that box and you can just target existing prospects. So that would be anybody that's you're syncing from your CRM into the outreach system. The second thing is to add personas. And this is, again, one of those pre-setup steps that you'll want to do, but adding personas helps the agent understand who within these target accounts to go after. Again, like I said, you don't want to go after just anybody in these accounts. So for this particular example, we've got persona 1, it's an AE. The departments are sales and seniorities are managers and directors. So that means in the system, we'll go out within these target accounts and we'll find prospects that match those seniorities. These can be added, updated, and changed in a different area of the platform. Additional filters can be added like location, time and role, total work experience. And as always, you'll want to make sure that you have a known phone number or a known email, depending on what you want, how you want your agent to act. So from here, we're going to hit next, and we're going to go into what content we should be sending. So just to review, we've gone in and we understand what target accounts we want to go after. We know who within those accounts we want to target, but what do we want to say? So at this step, you're going to take your persona and you're going to attach it to a sequence. So for this example, we've got tech stack based outbound. And that means that we're going to be sending this specific sequence to these specific personas within those accounts. You can also get some metrics associated with that sequence here. But I think the best part about this page, if I'm being honest here, is this throttle. So how many prospects do you want to sequence in a day? So back to our example, we had those target companies. There may be more than one AE within those accounts, right? We don't want to hit every single one of those AEs in the same day. It doesn't come off as authentic, and I'm pretty sure your reps are probably not able to do that as well. So we want to mimic the rep experience, right? So we can put into this box as many, up to 10, I'd say, as a recommendation of how many emails are going to get sent to that account per day. This kind of helps avoid the spray and pray method that a lot of reps are doing today, and that just kind of gives you an additional throttle for those accounts. Next to that, you can also see all the sequence detail. Just like you know and love today in Outreach, you can look and understand what are the steps within the sequence that we're using, and you could hit this preview button. So our first email is an automated email, but we can go in here and understand how our personalization is going to work. So let's type in my favorite dude, John June. I always use him as an example, and I'm going to generate a preview. So what it's doing right now is we've inserted a content personalization block into this email step. The system is going out trying to find relevant third-party information in the system along with the content that you've uploaded as a pre-work step, and we're combining that together and generating an email on behalf of your rep. So the agent is, think of this as your agent and your rep are kind of one and the same. More than likely, your reps are going out and trying to find information from different websites or LinkedIn to personalize a first step of a sequence step. This is doing that for them. So you can see here that it says, "Hi, John, with your current tech stack, including Salesforce and HubSpot." We're pulling that information from a third-party signal on that account and that prospect. So you can see here as I hover over it, you can see that App11 has a very complicated tech stack. And we're using that information to personalize this email so that when John receives it, he's more likely to respond. You can preview any of the steps that are in your sequence. You can also add content blocks, personalization content blocks to any of the email steps in the sequence. Once you've reviewed that and understand how your personalization might look when we hit send and hit launch, then we're going to assign how records are handled. So if you click the box, Net New Prospects, this is where you'll want to either assign them to account owners or specific users within your system. Once you've done that step, you'll hit Next, and you can easily review all of the previous steps that you've identified. So that means let's make sure that we're targeting the right accounts, we're using the right filters. Let's make sure that we have the right personas attached so that we're going after the right people within those accounts. And then also make sure that we're using the right sequence. At any point in this flow, you can go back, make changes, and hit save and quit. Or if you're ready to go, you're going to hit the prepare for launch button. And that's how you set up an AI prospecting agent.